Now, our debaters are back. We've got Michael Memis, Ryan LeMay, and Luke Bogoni. You guys ready to answer some tough questions?
Yeah, ready.
Eat nails for breakfast. Let's go.
All right. So, Ryan, this first question is for you. Who was the most valuable player during the ECAC Men's Championship weekend?
Without goaltender Jake Kiley, I do not believe Clarkson would have won the ECAC Championship. Kiley had 32 saves in the second game of the quarterfinals. In the semifinals, he had 29 saves, and in the finals, he had 29 saves. So, although the goaltender is always very underrated on a hockey team, without a good one, you're not going to likely to win a championship.
I mean, I think you really have to go with the Clarkson player, Devin Brousseau. He finished with 2 goals and an assist in the ECAC final. That assist was the winning assist, and they did win that game 3-2. So he played a part in every single goal, and he also had 2 goals and an assist in the first game versus Yale, where they won that series 2-0. So he was all over the place for Clarkson in this ECAC run, and he was named the MVP according to the ECAC committee. So how could you not say him?
I'm going to go with someone from the Big Red. I'm going to go with forward Noah Bald. He came out of nowhere. He had 7 points in 5 games this tournament after having only 6 in the regular season. Usually he plays on the third line, but his production made it easier for the rest of the Cornell players. He scored the opening goal in the championship game, and he had 5 points against Union in the tough 3-game series. They probably don't beat Union without him.
Yeah, but Cornell did not win the ECAC championship. When you look at the MVP, you're often looking at the team that won, and like Ryan and I, as both players, they came from Clarkson. And for Ryan, from Jake Kiley, he gave up 7 goals in 6 games. That's not really MVP-type numbers.
Yeah, but without that performance in the overtime in the championship game, they wouldn't have won in the first place. He had to make a lot of great saves in overtime, and they wouldn't have won without a good goaltender.
But if no one,
Noah Bald stepped up his game the most of any of the players in this tournament.
But Clarkson did not win, or excuse me, Cornell did not win the ECAC title.
Yeah, but it was a 1-goal game. It wasn't like it was a blowout, and they played the same amount of games.
Michael, just because someone improved from the regular season doesn't make them the MVP from the tournament. Luke, I'm going to have to agree with you. That was my choice. Devin Brousseau definitely played the best and was the most valuable. Now, the ECAC will likely be sending 4 teams to the NCAA championships. Which ECAC team do you think will go the furthest? Luke, what do you think?
I'm going to have to go with Quinnipiac. I mean, a main reason because of their goalie, Andrew Shortridge. He is first in the nation in save percentage at .941. A hot goaltender gets you really far in college hockey or in hockey overall. So being first in the nation in save percentage, and they've also beaten every ECAC team that's in the tournament, Cornell, Harvard, and Clarkson. So you really got to like Quinnipiac going into this tournament.
I'm going to go with the tournament champs. In this one, I'm going to go with Clarkson. First off, the last 3 years, the winner of the ECAC Championship has either tied for or made it the farthest of all the ECAC teams. They are projected to be the 5th best team, so they're going to likely be playing a team that is lower ranked than them in the first round. And in the second round, they probably will as well. So I think they would have the best chance of making it far in the tournament.
That's a good stat, Michael, but the true champion of the ECAC should have been Cornell. That last goal in overtime was offsides, and I can't believe they didn't call it offsides, but I still think Cornell is the best team in the ECAC, and they proved it during the regular season when they beat all 3 other teams that are going to the tournament.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah, but when you want to talk about going far, Quinnipiac is the most balanced. They're 3rd in the nation with goals scored at 3.61, and they're 4th overall in goals against average at 1.92. So they're a team that does it both on the offensive and defensive end.
Quinnipiac got smoked by a team of Brown that got beat 6-0 by Cornell. I have no faith in Quinnipiac.
You said Cornell was not ready. You said Cornell was not ready a previous week, and now you're reneging on that?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
No, I mean, they're ready. They weren't ready for they're not ready for the tournament, but I mean, ECAC, I think they're the best team in the ECAC, and compared to the other ECAC teams, they're definitely a lot better than them.
Ryan, you make an interesting point. Cornell might have had a better chance, but now Jeff Malot's out 7 to 8 months. Galida, we don't know what his status is with his knee injury. I think Clarkson might have the best bid, but if Quinnipiac has a little bit of revenge in their system after losing to Brown, I don't know. It could be anyone's game. But do you guys think the ECAC is the best conference in D1 hockey? Michael, what do you think?
No, it's the Big Ten. First of all, they have 23 championships between them, including Michigan, who has the most in tournament history. This is in spite of them having the least amount of teams of all the conferences in Division I. They've been in the last 2 championship games. They won one of them with Minnesota. And they're going to likely have at least 2 teams this year. And that's, they have a little less teams, so they're usually going to have a few less. But I think they'll still go far in the tournament.
Yeah, I don't agree with you at all. I think it's the NCHC. It has to be the best division, the best conference in D1 hockey. They have the current number 1 and number 2 team in the NCAA standings in St. Cloud State and Minnesota Duluth. And in the last 2 out of 3 seasons, the team from this conference has won the championship. So I don't see that changing this year as well. I think an NCHC team will win the championship this year too.
Guys, how could you not stick with the ECAC? They're sending 4 teams to the NCAA tournament, and you look at the depth in the ECAC, it's unlike any other conference. Union, they played St. Cloud State this year. Do you guys want to know what the score was? It was 7-2 Union, a team that finished 7th in the ECACs, beat the regular season NCHC champions. That's just really an outstanding stat. So I really have to stick with the ECACs. Big Red, Quinnipiac, Harvard, and Clarkson will get it done.
I mean, the NCHC is also sending 4 teams to the tournament as well, and they have the number 1 and 2 team, and no other team comes close to those teams in the ECAC. They're nowhere near in talent in the
Yeah, but if you look at the bottom of the NCAA
tournament, I mean, anything could happen. It's March Madness.
It's not basketball, Michael.
Yeah, it's not March
You guys
Madness.
all have some pretty good answers